Pinellas County Bill Young Republican. A Bill Young Republican that knows in Washington, D.C. we have a spending problem, not a revenue problem. That the greatest threat to our national security is not some young man who wants to blow up his shoe on an airplane. It's irresponsible and reckless fiscal policies out of Washington, D.C. that will cripple our economy and ensure that we are no longer the world-blown superpower. I stand here tonight as a Bill Young Republican who believes we must continue his legacy to support veterans and our seniors, our homeowners. He left us that legacy. It is up to us to carry that on. That understands you can support the men and women in uniform by providing them with the tools and technologies they need from right here in Pinellas County, and in doing so, you can provide for the skilled and unskilled workforce right here in Pinellas County and protect our local economy. I also stand here as a Bill Young Republican that understands Washington has a way of creating problems and then suggesting they know how to solve it. A bad flood insurance law today is a bad flood insurance law 4 years from now. Delaying it is simply not enough. We have to once and for all solve this with the judgment and the wisdom that Bill Young brought to his job, and I make you that pledge this evening. Now let's talk a little bit about Obamacare. Because I can tell you one thing, I stand here tonight as a Bill Young Republican who will tell you Obamacare is a bad law. I stand here as a Bill Young Republican who believes in individual freedom, not individual mandates. And I'm unashamed to say we are better off repealing it tomorrow. I've met with voters throughout this county, throughout District 13. I've heard from voters who had their premiums doubled and tripled. Voters whose policies were canceled. Voters who had to postpone treatment. Small businesses who rushed to renew their plan before the impact of Obamacare. Small businesses who reduced the hours available for employees to work because if they could not avoid the additional cost of Obamacare, they likely would have let those employees go. My new opponent in this race spoke to the Washington Post this weekend, a paper I'm sure she enjoys reading. And she made the comment that wherever she goes, she does not have people walking up to her complaining about Obamacare. Well, folks, she is not walking around Pinellas County. We know this is going to be a national race. The voters have decided that Obamacare is the #1 issue in this race, not the candidates. And I want to make one point exceedingly clear this evening. Mr. President, with all due respect, Obamacare has hurt people in Pinellas County, Florida. I will work to repeal Obamacare right away. I will work to replace it with a private sector solution that actually does fulfill that now famous promise. If you like your insurance, you can keep it. Folks, this primary has concluded. This has been a great day for Pinellas County, Florida. Republicans in Pinellas County know how to have a primary. We have had a contest of ideas among 3 very capable candidates. Pinellas County has picked the Republican candidate in this race. The Washington establishment has picked a Democrat candidate in this race. And I will tell you, in my opinion, there is a certain Beltway arrogance. There is a very quiet audacity in what the Washington establishment has done in suggesting, and understand this, what they have suggested. The Washington establishment has suggested that there is not a single capable person in Pinellas County capable of representing our own. We are going to talk about this every step of the campaign because between now and March 11th, I am going to make sure that that quiet audacity of the Washington establishment is heard loud and clear by every voter in District 13.
Specifically on Obamacare, what are you going to offer as far as private sector?
We'll talk about a solution in a little bit because it takes me about 3 minutes. I don't want to bore you, but it contrasts it with term life insurance that a young individual can take out. It's affordable. They're guaranteed 10, 20, 30, 40 years, whatever term they wish to purchase. We'll talk about it a little later.
Joe, you said there's